webinar today. It's been long overdue. It's been almost a year and a half, I believe, since we, or something like that, since we last had one. So let's just wait for a minute or so as people trickle in here. Um, Hope folks are able to see me and hear me okay. Perfect. All right. I did get the good from a teammate here. Yeah, as I said, we'll give a minute or so as people I see are joining in. Lots of familiar names here. Our customer base has been holding strong for the last 4 years. That's great to see. Um, Fred, unfortunately, isn't able to join today. He had some family matters to attend to. So you guys are stuck with me for the next 20 minutes or so. But it'll be fun. It'll be a good set of updates. We'll cover a lot of things that you will be hearing for the first time in this webinar. All right. I think we can get started here. Okay. So I believe you can still see my screen. Let me just... Okay. So you are able to see my screen. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So for those of you who know, just in terms of what Rework does and who we are, I'm sure you've spoken to Fred at some point in the last few years. But just a quick refresher. About 5 years ago now, I bought a piece of land in Austin, Texas, and I started getting all these mailers to my house of people wanting to buy my property. Within almost like a month after buying, I'm like, who are these guys? What are these guys doing? So I start calling them back. And one of them, Fred, who I'd never met before, explained the whole process to me. He's like, look, we purchase data from data providers, and then we just pray and pray, right? We send mailers, we text, we phone call. The name of the game is literally spray and pray. I'm like, Fred, that seems very inefficient. Don't you have something in the industry out there that can help target people better? So I asked him, like, look, you give me your data, I'm going to build an algorithm, and you be my first customer. He's like, no, hang on, buddy. I want to be a business partner. And that was the genesis of Reworked.ai, which was all about using demographic and customer like specific information to help target better, right? Like what makes Joe respond to that mailer, whereas John did not. So that was 4 or 5 years ago. And since then, we've obviously been successful in the REI vertical. We've since also launched the roofing vertical recently. And that's what's kept us busy the last few months. But rest assured, we've not forgotten our core customer base. And we've obviously been building a lot of things in the background to help further our real estate investor business. Okay, so agenda for today, it'll be a quick 20-minute call. I just want to, talk about all the things that have happened in the last, year or so in our product and some updates to our product that's coming up. That'll be exciting. Okay, so since we last spoke, Betty's been busy. We've scored over 12 million plus records. In terms of accuracy, our accuracy has actually increased by a percentage, which is a huge deal for us. And primarily, a lot of it is due to the fact that we've added multiple new data vendors. So, one of the first things we realized early on was our algorithms are only as good as the data that's fed into it, either the data that you provide to us, names, addresses, property address, and or the data that we append, right? Like age, income, wealth indicators, marital status, all of these attributes about the individual. So both of these combined, we need that to be as flush as for our algorithms to work better. So very early on, we realized that, like, man, just having one. So when we started the company, we were at about 70% accuracy, and as we updated our algorithms, added more data vendors, that number has only been going up. And at the end of the call, I'll also talk about another one that we're actually going to be adding, which will significantly increase this accuracy percentage from our initial test that we've seen. Okay, so some might ask, how, by the way, I am not looking at questions. I don't have that view here. I will wrap up the presentation and then I'll come to the questions at the end. So, okay, how do you determine accuracy? So, the 4 years we have gathered enough data repository where any new change to our algorithm or a data vendor, we run tests against that known data set, right? So we have a known baseline data set and we run our tests against that. In fact, any code change from any of our developers, it just runs automatically, right? So if a developer introduces a bug, it's immediately caught when those percentages go down or go sometimes it goes wackily up, and then we know, okay, something's wrong there as well. So but that's how we know the accuracy numbers, and that's how we maintain the quality of Betty. Okay, so a big feature that we introduced in the last year is the phone and email append. This is something that we introduced on the roofing side, but we realized, like, wait a second, this is something that our real estate investors had been asking for quite some time, and it makes total sense to provide that to our real estate investor base as well. So when you go to score your leads, you upload a list, you will actually see a phone and email append data add-on there. It's 0.07 cents per record, per matched record. So, if you're uploading a list of 1,000, we don't always get 1,000 phones or 1,000 emails. Generally the match rate is about 70 to 80%, and we only charge you for the records that are matched, right? So you have that in the product now. In fact, in the coming weeks, we will also be launching a new feature where, for historical files that you have scored, you can go back to your file history and append phone and or email for your historical records. This feature has been there for quite some time, but just that we hadn't shared. A lot of in fact, this is something that we would often get asked, especially by our larger customer base. They do single family, residential, land, commercial. They're doing multiple property types. All you need to do is simply create a profile for that particular property type, and you can score the list and then switch to the other profile and score the list corresponding to that particular property type. So this, previously it was a little clunky. You had to create an account, you had to create separate accounts for separate profiles, but now it's all under one account. You just create a separate profile. It'll be on your top right hand corner on the site. And a host of smaller upgrades. We do have an integrations page. We are integrated with Zapier, HubSpot, all of these. Investment Dominator, we have a native integration. You can actually score your records from Investment Dominator directly. That is more of a native integration. This was the most requested feature, ability to both upload and download Excel.xls files, because previously we would only support CSV files, but now we also support the capability to not only upload Excel files, but also download as an Excel file. And then, for some of our larger customers, you're able to add sub-accounts under the same parent account. All the credit card information, all of that will be inherited from the parent account. You can also, manage API keys across the team, but more of a team management solution that also exists. Okay, so now what's coming up? This is again something that our customers have often asked, which is the file cleansing capabilities. Some folks are getting lists from counties, from DataTree, from PropStream, from all of these different sources. We've always had on our platform the ability to ingest data from anywhere, and that was and is the beauty of Rework.ai, where we just take the data that you provide from any source and we map it to our own column headers, and then we process the file, right? But we also have internally a lot of file cleansing capabilities, because often what happens is customers are merging two data sources and that just messes up everything. So we've seen plenty of nuances and diversity in terms of data, and we've internally built capabilities to handle that. But we'll soon be exposing that to you guys so that you also are able to just use those file cleansing capabilities for your own use. And the next one is a major data partnership that we're actively working on, that, as I said, will increase our accuracy even further. We're getting more of the property attributes in this as well. So, I mean, we've always had it, like deed history, stuff like that, but this is just a higher quality, higher grade data provider that, again, as I said, will increase the accuracy of Betty. But the one that I'm most excited about is direct mail integration. So, I was looking at our numbers. 97% of you who use Rework say you use direct mail as an outreach, which is not surprising, right? Because most real estate investors do use direct mail. But we've never had that capability on our side. That's already different for our roofing vertical, but we're bringing that into the real estate vertical as well. The mailer that you see here is just an example mailer. What we intend to bring in is a two-touch campaign, potentially a letter and a postcard, or give you the flexibility on what you want to send, and also give you the flexibility on the copy and everything. But it'll have a very fresh and refreshing design, like the one that you see alongside this. And yeah, it'll be a simple, easy button. You score your leads and you set a rule. Anything above a certain score, send a two-touch campaign, or send a single letter, or send a single postcard, and here's the copy. A simple, easy to use, very user-friendly user experience. So that's our intent. We haven't brought this into the real estate space, but if you are interested in this feature, please do reach out to either Fred at Reworked.ai or admin at Reworked.ai, because we'd love to partner with you as an early customer to kind of work through, what your requirements might be, and kind of build the product with the voice of the customer. So yeah, we'd love to hear from you if you feel like this feature would be useful. And the best part is, anytime, so the QR code is going to be there in every mailer. It's just part of the price. It's just part of the campaign. And anytime anybody scans that, we automatically get notified, and hence you will automatically get notified about that particular scan. And this is super powerful if you want to set up some sort of an automation where anytime they scan, you want to follow up with a text message or whatever automation that you want to set up. So the last thing is, as I said, we have a roofing vertical. So if you know of any roofer, we're always open to bring them on as a customer, and you will be rewarded accordingly. But the whole pitch there is we provide bad roofs as seen by aerial imagery, and great homeowners as determined by our algorithms, the customer propensity algorithms. So bad roofs, great homeowners, perfect for contractors. So if you have friends or family in this space, please do send them our way. That's it. As I had said, it's a short presentation. If you have any questions, do drop them. If not, do send us a note to admin at Rework.ai or Fred at Rework.ai. As I said, sorry, Fred is not able to make it because he had to attend to a family emergency. But yeah, this is super good. Thanks for attending. Really, want to value your time. So I'm going to give you 14 minutes back. Thank you all. Bye bye.